Hi guys, it's Alicia. I am back today with another Christmas recipe. Today I'm going to be making a sugar cookie recipe. Now I found this recipe on Pinterest and it comes out of a 1951 cookbook. So it is an old school recipe and it just looked really good. I've not actually tried it before. This is going to be my first time making it. But I love having sugar cookies for Christmas, and I tend to like to try out different recipes for sugar cookies. So this one looked good and I'm going to try it. And they are called Golden Refrigerator Sugar Cookies. So let me get started with what you're going to need to make these. First, you're going to need 3 cups flour. Now it says to sift this. I'm kind of lazy. I don't ever sift my flour. Probably should, but I don't. Next, you're gonna need a cup of softened butter, 1 egg, cup of sugar, and here I have 1.5 teaspoons of orange extract. Now the recipe calls for vanilla extract, but I like to use the orange in my sugar cookies because I'm pretty sure that's what my grandma did with hers. She made sugar cookies every single Christmas and I really enjoyed them. And there was always something just a little bit different about them that I couldn't put my finger on. And I found out that we're pretty sure she used orange extract. So I like to use the orange extract to get that kind of familiar taste of my grandma's sugar cookies. I wish I had her actual recipe, but she never gave it to anybody and she is no longer with us. So I like to use that because it just reminds me of her cookies. Okay, lastly, you're going to need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our dry ingredients here and we're going to mix them together. And I'm gonna just take a fork and stir this all together. And then once I get this done, I'm gonna set it aside and then we will move on to our other ingredients here. Okay, I've got my dry ingredients mixed together and I set them aside, and now I'm gonna start with my other ingredients. And the first thing you're gonna wanna do is take your butter and you're going to want to mix the butter with your sugar. So I'm going to just mix that up real well in my mixer. Okay, I've got that nice and creamed together. So now I'm going to add my egg and my orange extract and just mix that up real well. Okay, I've got that all combined together, and now I'm gonna just add my flour mixture. And then I'm gonna just mix that until it's all incorporated together. And that is what it looks like, all mixed together. So now what we're gonna wanna do is we wanna chill this dough. It says for 2 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and put it in the fridge, and then I will be back. So I've got my dough here. It's been chilling for about 2.5 hours. So what I'm gonna do is, I've got it on a piece of wax paper, but I'm gonna break the ball into about half. Set the other half aside. And I'm gonna just kind of smush this down a little bit here on the wax paper. Then I'm gonna take another piece of wax paper, place that on top, and then I'm just gonna roll this out. And once I get it rolled out to about 1/4 inch, I'll be back. And the reason I'm using the wax paper is because that just keeps the dough from sticking to the pin here. Okay, got this rolled out, probably a little less than 1/4 inch. Before you do anything, you want to preheat your oven to 350, which I've already done. So now that I've got this rolled out, you're just gonna take your cookie cutters and you're just gonna cut out your shapes. That does stick in a little bit, but that wax paper definitely helps it to come off pretty clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the rest of my dough and then I will be back. Okay, so I've got a cookie sheet full here and I'm gonna put this in my preheated oven. I'm gonna start at about 8 minutes and see how we're looking. Okay, I checked these at 8 minutes and they look good to me, so I pulled them and I'm going to put them on this cookie rack right here to cool. And then once I get these cooled, I will decorate them. Okay, for my icing, it's really simple. All you need is 3 cups of confectioner sugar, 2 tablespoons of corn syrup, and then I use a teaspoon of orange extract. You can use almond or vanilla if you want, but I like to use orange in my icing just like I do in my cookies. So a teaspoon of extract, and then 2 to 4 tablespoons of milk. I'm gonna start with 2 and then see where my consistency is. And then you're just going to blend this up until everything's smooth. Okay, so I ended up putting 4 teaspoons of milk in this total to get this consistency right here. And that looks pretty good to me. So now you can either just use it white or you can add some food coloring to it, a drop at a time, to get your desired color. Okay, my cookies are cooled down, so I've got some different colored sprinkles here, and then I'm also going to be using some M&Ms. And for my icing, I did not end up coloring it. I left it white, just to keep things simple. So I'm going to go ahead and ice these and decorate them, and then when I'm done with that, I will show you the final product. Here they are all decorated. I decorated these with my youngest. These, I've tried them, and like I said in the beginning of this video, this was a new recipe for me. I like to try different sugar cookie recipes all the time, and I have to say this is probably one of the best ones that I have tried. They are just so good. They're rich and buttery and soft, and I highly recommend this recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.